Was that
Yahtzee.
was that a bigger countdown? Is it? I thought it was normally three, two, one. It was five today.
I liked it. It built suspense. Hey, look what I'm doing. First time. Look at us go.
That'd be an interesting video for sure for people.
Yeah, for those, obviously, for anyone not watching this or on YouTube, uh, my first time sitting on an exercise ball and pulling an Andrew, I'm taking something from someone else, a good friend of mine, to try and make me better. And but now I'm just bouncing on this ball.
How what made you do that? Is this your first time doing it like in a sitting down situation or what?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. I mean, it feels less professional, but at the same time, if you don't move, no one notices.
Yeah, but it's just the problem. Now I'm realizing how
I've
much
got
I actually fidget.
I've gotten called out a couple times by people, but I've been doing it for years. Like we're talking 5, 6 years kind of thing. So, I mean, it's hard not to bounce, and it's usually when I'm not talking or I'm bored, and I'll just start going like a little like this. And I guess you can't do that in a work chair, in a desk chair, right?
That depends because it goes back to one of the previous times we were talking. Is your instant response how much do you overhead snatch, single arm, or how much do you deadlift, Bulgarian squat maybe? And if the number is obviously lower than yours, legally you don't have to listen.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't listen anyway, even if they could. I mean,
Oh,
I mean, perfect example of this, Josh, is I got the assault bike, right? And
yep.
I think I put in our group chat like this reputable strength coach and a couple of his favorite assault bike workouts, conditioning pieces. And the first one he says to do is this 2 mile time trial. It's like, I've listened to this guy on numerous things before, different protocols throughout my life. Do you think I listened to that one?
No.
No. I just went ahead and did my own workout and then estimated what my 2 mile time trial would be so that I could forecast different workouts based off that. And I'm paying the price right now. So if you hear me coughing, it's because my estimation was way too high.
You know what? You figured it out. You got there. You got there in the end. And also, kids listening, don't ever try and challenge someone when they're asking you not to do something by asking how much they lift. In the real world setting, that might not get you far.
No. Well, I think it just says there's not a lot of people that lift. So they might look at you more they might look at you more confused than anything.
I love that. Hey, first though, before we get too far, you're Andrew.
Don't don't call him Joshy.
And don't call him Andy.
But you can call us.
Dads. Ooh.
Ooh.
Swing.
Swing. Man, I thought we were gonna record like every day over the holidays.
Didn't happen.
No, no, and like at first I felt guilty. I was like, oh, we really should be getting something, and then I was like, I didn't. I thought I was gonna have way more free time, and I don't.
I don't know where the free time went.
I don't think we get it anymore, right? I don't think it's part of our itinerary, our allowed agendas.
Yeah, I wonder where it goes after a certain age, and if it obviously at a certain age it comes back for sure, right? As your kids get older and have more autonomy, but like, yeah, it's just completely gone.
What was I doing before? Like
I
how
don't
much
even.
how much was I just staring at a wall?
It had to have been a lot.
Oh my gosh.
Like it sometimes like it may have been that we just scheduled staring at the wall or out the window time.
I would just go I want to go back and like scream at my younger self.
You know what though? I used to you always see like an older guy doing this or something. If you go or your grandparents maybe like where you pop in to say hi and your grandpa is just having a coffee midday, just looking out the window. And I 100% understand that now. I totally feel it. I like that would actually be kind of nice.
Oh,
Just to just to
I get so jealous. Yeah, have to ponder.
just to ponder, like just a great old fashioned ponder. Walk down memory lane if you want, or future memory lane. Just thinking things through. Like that would just be wonderful to sit and do that for even just like 15 minutes. Well, 15 minutes is like a lifetime, but like 10 minutes just sitting there
That's what
midday.
that's I mean midday. I think that's a luxury. Definitely don't have because if I am doing that, I'm not even that I get to do it, but I feel like if I was doing it, I would feel guilty. I should be doing something else, like breaking down recycling in the garage. Um, but I get jealous. I've said this, numerous times, but the old people on my street, they're just sitting out in the summer. They'll sit out on their porch and have a ponder and a coffee.
I love this, by the way. Have a ponder. I'm throwing that in as a verb. That's good. Having a ponder is now a verb in my vocabulary. I love it.
They might even be doing something better, like like doing a judgment, like judging people. And hey,
Even
I'm
not
like,
quietly.
yeah, like, hey, get your dog off my lawn. You know how
I
you
love
think
that.
I haven't noticed your dog peeing all over my lawn? Yeah, make it stop, please.
Oh my gosh. Yes, I hear you. But you touched on something there that I really want to talk about.
Yeah.
Have you done your post-holiday dump run yet? Or recycling
So
run?
so we've had one garbage day pickup. And I wasn't strategic enough. I'm house sitting next to our neighbors next door, and I asked them if I could use their garbages, and they're like, yeah, no problem. So I missed out on a garbage. Our
Mhm.
garbage and recycling alternate.
Okay.
So what I'm going to try to do, Josh, to circumvent your question, is get everything out, hidden in the bins. I, is that moral? Probably not. Is it ethical? I don't even know the difference between moral and ethical, but that's what I'm going to try to do.
Well, I feel like all's fair in true love and recycling garbage pickup day, right?
It all goes to the same spot. I mean,
Does it?
we're all just caboodling ourselves if we think it doesn't. Um, as
But
I put on my tinfoil hat.
I felt I feel like my entire holidays were accomplished because my garage is cleaned out.
Mm.
Like it was absolutely atrocious. I could barely walk to my car, my commuter car there. And we just had a bunch of stuff, right? We had some appliances that because we swapped those out, got new appliances, which was our Christmas present. Absolutely still jacked about that. To my wife and I, to ourselves. And then so we got some appliances out to family members. I was able to bring some things that were outside back in now that Christmas is taken down. And then we had stuff from our run club still just kind of stacked in weird, unorganized places. So I was able to
Mm.
stack that up nicely against the wall. Take cardboard and 2 trips to cardboard and dumpster runs, which was awesome. Like I could just end the day after that, just staring at a clean garage floor. Like buddy, that slaps at this age.
Do you know how? Yeah, exactly. Like, do you know who I am? I'm
Yeah,
that guy.
I actually left both garage doors open just so anyone driving down the alley, would take a quick little gander in there. Like, oh wow, this
That's a
guy.
that's a perfect litmus test because I keep one closed right now because I'm embarrassed. We had a weird thing happen though the other week, Josh. Like we bought. I think no, we didn't buy, but we had our daughter's car seat in the basement ready to go, like her
Mm-hmm.
next upgrade thing, and that and a couple like IKEA furnitures boxes, and I just put them beside the bins like I normally do, and they refused them. They said the boxes were too big, which I mean, then it's like, oh, just take them to the dump. But I was like, too big, and they're broken down. I'm like, too big for what? You have a massive truck that's like the same size as the baler at the dump. So what am I doing with this, right? So that's where I'm going to be like, all right. And I sometimes I think that's happened to me before, and then I've put it out the next pickup, and the guy picks it up. So I'm like, maybe it's just the driver having a bad day, or a different driver, like you know what I mean. A little bit of recycling power has gone to his head. Um,
He does
so
hold
yeah,
the cards though.
I'm still embarrassed about how my garage looks though. So I'll give you that. You got the points there for sure.
We've all been there, my friend. We've all been there. And it was now let's also remember this though. My garage was absolutely embarrassing for like 2.5 months. It wasn't. I can't even just use Christmas as the excuse, but
Mm.
I'm going to use Christmas as the excuse. And we had,
Sometimes you need that jumping off point. Be like, look, I need a day, or I need
yeah,
6 hours to just get this clean. Look at it. You bring your wife in. Look at this. Like you don't like this. I don't like this. Let's figure
no one
this out.
likes this.
Yeah.
But it was what it was though. The worst part is we used to build hockey players, and we have a really good relationship with one still. Like we basically came to us as a late teen, and he's really never left, other than he doesn't live with us anymore, right? Like he checks in all the time and comes and visits at least once a year for a week. And we walked into the garage to go somewhere, and he goes, "Josh, man, come on." And my dad authority has never been challenged like that ever. Like took a hit for my dad confidence that you wouldn't believe with that, man.
That's that's the. I'm glad he did that. Some people wouldn't say anything, and they just get in the truck. They'd drive with you in, and they'd get out, and they'd go their separate way, and they'd be like, "Oh, how's Josh?" And you'd be like, "Oh, he's not doing too good."
You know what? It was harsh but necessary. It was the knife to the chest. And you want to know what the coup de grace or like the cherry on top was? Is he's like, man, my dad would never have this in his garage. Oh my god! I could have just walked away. I should have just gave him the keys to the truck. Be like, you know what? Give this to your dad. He obviously has deserved it. He's earned it.
What a great thing to say, because in the same breath he's saying, I wouldn't have this either.
And I want to
But
be like,
he's pinning it on someone else not in the room with you guys. He's like, oh yeah, this would never fly with my dad, which means he wouldn't be allowed to do it either, or his brothers or whatever, right? Like he doesn't stand for that standard, but he's not going to tell you that he doesn't. He's saying that his dad does. So I love that. That was a great poke.
And I was gonna toss like the old, like the classic. I was like digging in for like some like boomer animosity. Like, oh yeah, well, good luck buying a house now in this housing market.
Yeah,
But that
good
would
luck.
have been mean.
My
But I
garage. I have more
realized,
stuff in my garage than you do in your single bed apartment.
and I don't even know if I get to challenge him to a weight competition. I'm pretty sure a kid's stronger than me right now too.
Yeah, so that there you go. You're hooped. You're hooped out
You're
of
a
the way.
hoop.
You've got a
I'm
messier
hoop.
garage, and the lifting numbers just
And I'm
aren't there to
just
back it up.
and I'm in that weird sweet spot where I don't have the old man strength just yet either, right? Because I'm
Mm.
obviously, I mean, I'm flirting with for 40, but I'm not there yet. So I couldn't probably even challenge him to a physical. I mean, obviously, I'd be able to take him if we're in a physical contest for sure. But listen, it was a wake up call. I needed to hear harsh, but I welcomed it, and it made me better. May have cried
Yeah,
in the shower, but made me better.
I think I might have said this before. I think a little bit of self-loathing definitely helps me take the first step. And sometimes that self-loathing comes from within, but sometimes it's usually from another man. Um, because I don't find women to say stuff like that. They'll be like, "No, you're beautiful inside and out." It's like, yeah, but none of my shirts fit, or I'm like, my pants don't fit. They're like, "Oh, you're don't worry, you're beautiful. It's fine. I love you." Or a guy'd be like, "Holy shit, dude, how much dessert are you eating now?" You know. And it's like, just not even saying you've put on weight or whatever. It's just like this. My dad would never stand for this. You're like, oh man, yeah, yeah, I have slipped up a little bit here, right? This needs to be addressed right now.
he
So
did
good
promise
on him.
me. He did promise me he would not tell his dad. So that was
Yeah,
nice. That was nice. But I have since rectified it. I took a picture, I sent it to them, and I admitted my fault, and I feel like I'm a better man now because of it.
I'm inspired now to get my stuff in order. So we got the recycling pickup this morning, and I'm gonna get my basement tidied out.
Yeah.
And then on the next couple of weeks, I'll work in a way to get everything out of the garage into the two sets of bins I have at my disposal.
When did
And if
this
I
become our life? Like you're playing a game of chess or like a game of Risk with recycling versus and garbage pickup. I love it.
Yeah, and I mean, we were putting our Christmas stuff away yesterday, and over the break we went to good old Canadian Tire and picked up a bunch of like storage racks and
Yeah, you
bins for the
did.
basement, because it's just been
Yes.
sitting on the. We have a couple, but it's just most of the stuff's been on the floor, and I got them assembled, which. It's hilarious how much garbage comes from these storage racks too. I know you've touched on the plastics, but the styrofoams are also crazy. Like the amount of styrofoam, and styrofoam isn't recyclable.
No, I hate
It's
it.
it's
It's the
it's
worst.
garbage, and it eats up so much space for such little dense. Like it's not dense at all.
No.
And I come upstairs from running the bins down, and I'm like, you should see it. She's like, my wife was like, what? I'm like, you should see the basement. It looks so cool. Like our storage racks or bins, they look so nice. And I was like, wow, peak peak adulthood is getting fired up over storage
Yes. But
and
here's a
recycle
question now.
talk.
What kind of storage? Is it flat shelves you just slide the bins on, or is it one of the ones where the bins like slide in and are like kind of hanging?
It's flat where we slide in. We still don't know what we're gonna do with the basement. I don't want to commit to like an expansive storage area or something like that just yet.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Probably do something like that in the garage first, then in the basement. I feel like the basement's gonna be a hybrid between a play place for the next 5 years and then hopefully something nicer. So yeah, for now it's the simple resin plastic is doing the trick.
Absolutely. And you know what? It gives it character. It's got that that grit, right? When you're down there working out, like,
Yeah.
what are you gonna look at a finished wall?
What do I need the Cadillac store? Like that's the other part of me too. It's like, what do I need the Cadillac
Mm-hmm.
storage? Like, who am I trying to impress? No one is down. Like they're down here for like half a second, right? And then we're back up, right? They'll be more impressed by the assault bike and the 100 pound. If they're not impressed by the storage, they'll be like, okay, go sprint 20 cows on the assault bike and pick up the 100 pound kettlebell.
Yeah. Now,
Now,
and if you can't do it, you got to keep your opinion yourself.
yeah, here you know what I'm eventually gonna do is I have that whiteboard and I'm gonna put my calorie times on there, like my
Yeah.
best efforts,
Yeah.
and just be like, here's the standard. Here,
This
I'll,
is.
I'll give you I'll give you $20 if you come within 5 seconds of any of these times. Otherwise,
Oh my
keep your
god.
opinions about my storage to yourself.
All right, you touched on you hit something that you and I chatted about yesterday, with your like your speed calorie, or like the part of your workout where you had to go and do a 30 cal on the assault bike and then into your complexes.
Yeah.
And I did that. No, I don't have an assault bike, but I have like a Bowflex Tread Max, which people can make fun of that all you want. It like I'm drenched after it, and so I tried that. Like you're saying, right? I had it as a 30 calorie burn, and then right into the complex. And that is instant positive regret, because as I'm doing it, it's tough after I finish the first set, going into the second one. But like
Mm.
I am now going to want to do this all the time, and it's so now either my workouts are going to be insanely hard or loud, or I'm not going to feel like I'm doing as much. Like today, I just did a 20-minute complex, like a 20-minute every minute on the minute, and I had to remind myself it's okay because I'm working today. Like I got to go down. I got to we're podcasting, and then I actually have to go to my day job. It's not like we're on holidays anymore where I have an hour to work out and then an hour to stop sweating afterwards. But thank you for ruining me in the positive way.
Yeah, I got the same thing this morning. Yesterday was pretty rough as well. I guess the part, like, kind of like your buddy in the garage. I just thought I was getting along okay, and I was still like relatively okay, like fitness wise. But I just got exposed to a lack of capacity, huge, this morning.
Mm-hmm.
So yesterday, yeah, you're right. I was doing like every 5 minutes, like a 30 cal bike, and then into the round of the three exercises, and it was leaving me roughly like a minute 15, a minute rest before I started the next set. But today, I put 25 minutes on the clock, and then I did a descending ladder, so 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, with a round of a kettlebell circuit in between each round. And I was like, I'll be done within 20 minutes. I'll have 5 minutes to do abs because it shouldn't take me this long. Josh, I was only finished the round of 50, like the 50 cals plus the kettlebell exercises, around
Mm-hmm.
the 19-minute mark, because I had to sit down for like a minute after the 50 cal bike. And I was like, it's a hard bike. And this is where I was saying earlier, like, I think I overestimated the output level I needed to hit. Um, but by the end of the workout, I was like, here I was thinking I was doing okay with just kettlebells, which is fine. Like, you are doing just okay,
Mm-hmm.
but I was like, if I want to get in good shape, it's like, okay, I'm gonna have to up it and be okay, not being able to breathe and lift heavy. I think that
Mm-hmm.
solved. I know you and I were kind of discussing. It was like, do I need heavier kettlebells, or do I just need to make the kettlebells I have heavier? And the assault bike is making those bad boys heavier.
Yeah. Well, and you also have heavy kettlebells, so there's that.
I mean, I do, but I wouldn't say a 50 is heavy, but like doing a 50 in a goblet, I was doing like goblet cleans, squat cleans, and then goblet lunges.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of reps, like 12 reps, so 6 aside on the lunges. And it
Yep.
was like, you're fighting. So I was like, okay, this is the lunges and the bike are working against each other. And it was
Mm-hmm.
like, and then I was going into rows and even like a waiter's chest press. And it was like, the bike is doing its work here. This 50 pound is feeling heavy.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, right? And that's the coolest part about kettlebells, just because you have the offset, like the physics, as you like to put it, if you believe in that sort of thing. I'm kidding, we
Yeah.
do. But yeah, like you can literally you can make something awesome out of a 30-pound kettlebell or a 40-pound kettlebell, right? Like you don't need to go and get like a 60, 70, or 80 like you would a barbell back squat. We say it all the time. If our friends walked in and saw us struggling with 80 pounds, they'd be like, "Ooh, doing okay there, Josh?" Right?
My
But
dad
listen,
wouldn't.
unless
My
you're
dad
doing
wouldn't
it,
struggle with 80 pounds.
yeah, 100%. And you know what? He wouldn't because this guy's massive, right? But
I bet you. I bet you get him on the like get him a single arm front rack. It's like squat down with that. It's like no, that's tough. That's not easy.
yeah, how do you like that? You're using all sorts of different muscle groups right now, hey buddy, stabilizing yourself up and down.
Yeah, and that's just the thing. I mean, like there's some exercises I'll do with my little 30 pounder, and it just humbles me. It's like this is crazy how hard this is right now.
But now I'm excited. Like obviously throughout the week here, I'll mix up just doing like actual like 20 25 minute kettlebell complexes workouts, maybe a run here or there. But then now I know come Saturday Sunday, like it's gonna be sweat time with throwing in calorie burners as an actual like set of a workout, and I'm excited for that.
It's nice that you have the weekend workouts to look forward to. Like it's like you've have your own like hype
Mm-hmm.
class ready to go. You're like, oh, I'm ready for Saturday, Sunday because I really get to tune into this. It's gonna be hard, but it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Well, I don't know. And are you like me too? Or and I know I do this every time where it's like midway through, I might even be like just over half. I'm like, well, maybe the next set or two, maybe I'll drop like go down to 10 instead of 12.
Mm.
And I don't know. And but the thing is, that as I'm saying, I know I don't believe it myself, right? It's like I'm just trying to like negotiate with my own mind that I know I'm not going to do what I'm trying to negotiate to. Like I'm going to stick with it or make it harder for the last one or two sets, right? No matter what, because you have to just to get
It's
through
crazy how
sometimes,
that
right?
it's crazy how that voice pops up no matter what though. And
Every
and
time.
and and like it pops in. Mine was popping in earlier today, like before I even started. I was like, well, instead of I think part of the problem why I was so devastated after that round of 50 because like I went in cold. I finished my
Mhm.
yoga, rolled up my mat, threw my socks and shoes on, went downstairs, and just went right on the bike. And like I was gassed because I went from zero to
Yeah,
working real hard, real quick.
literally 100.
But I was trying to talk myself before that down. Like maybe instead of starting at 50, start at 10. And then I was like, why? I mean, if you can't do 50, well, like whatever, it's done. Just be an adult because if you
Yeah,
start at 10, you're gonna negotiate. Well, you're doing it out of order. Just don't do 50 or don't do 40 or do 230s instead, right? And it's like no, like you got to do it how it's written. And if you can't have a proper warm up protocol, well, that's too bad. That's your fault. Use the 50 as your warm up and live with the results.
well, and we've talked about this before too. Okay, cool. So say you only do 30s now instead of 50s. Within like a minute after the 30, you're going to be feeling perfectly fine, right? And say, well, why didn't I just battle through and do the actual 50? It would have been taking me one or two more minutes, and then I'd feel perfectly fine after, regardless, right? So it's just like when I'm running long distances, right? It's like, yeah, I could stop, and then I'll be like well rested, and maybe 2 minutes I'll feel better, but then what? Right? It stopped. So why not just keep going unless I'm hurt? You know what I mean? And it's kind of the same premise there. You know you can do it, so just do it. But you have to have that internal battle with your head, I guess, right? Because that's the David versus Goliath. That's when you're slaying the dragon. That's where the gains are made, as I guess you're going to say, right? That's where your progress is. But and plus,
I mean,
sorry.
you've said it before. You'll either have you just said you'll either have the positive regret for doing something harder, like using the Bowflex Tread Max, or you'll have the negative regret where you're like, oh, I didn't feel great, so I didn't do the treadmill this Saturday. But then the rest of the Saturday and even into the Sunday, you're like, oh, I should have done it. I should have done it. And then you wake up Sunday and you're like, yeah, you said you were going to do it, and you feel even worse than you did Saturday, and now you're like, well, do I do it or do I not do it?
Yeah. And plus, I mean, if it's written on the board, it's locked in. You have to do it.
It's going to be probably as bad as you think it's going to be, but you're also probably overestimating how bad it's going to be.
But also, you're not thinking about how great it's going to feel when you're completely exhausted and every part of your body hurts afterwards. I love that feeling. It's the best part when you're sitting on the couch after and you're just enjoying that whatever your drink is afterwards. If you're doing like a liquid IV or a protein shake or whatever you're doing, right? And you're like, this is again the good stuff, right? That's what you've earned. I love it.
You're discounting also how bad you're forgetting to factor in how bad you're going to feel for not doing it
Yeah,
because staying in bed or not doing the tread max because you don't feel great today is instant gratification, but doing it or not doing it, you're going to regret not doing it later on
And another
afterwards.
one, if you want a really good motivator for any dads or even moms out there listening, is bring your kids down. Like if you're working out in your own little pump house, at like your own gym at your house, bring your kids there because it is so much more fun, especially if you're getting like a little hand high five or a little fist bump right before you're about to get to the heavy part of the complex or the hard one, right? Like the last one happens to be like goblet squats or something, right? You're doing that with an 80-pound kettlebell and you're like, all right, okay, give me a little motivation here, girl, and you get a little high five or a jump, or you can do this, Dad. And you're like, that's right, I can. And then you have to, because otherwise you're just you're looking like a punk to your kid. No one wants
And
that.
and your form gets instantly better too.
Yeah, from the heart out.
Yeah. I just find like I'm like, okay, yeah, no, it's like hit chest up. Like you gotta almost look like you're running an exercise class or exercise video because you don't want to be doing everything all crunched over and half ass in reps and your kid's like, what are you doing? Because then they'll start mimicking you and they're already gonna have bad form. But if they're seeing you just kind of slouch through stuff, it gets even more exaggerated.
Yeah, we have my daughter. She has a kettlebell, and she'll I'll get her to come and do like she has a nice little pink one, right? Like, hey, come do this with me. But also the other reason that you have them down there is so that when they're at their friend's house and their dad's struggling all crunched over, you could be like, my dad wouldn't be crunched over like that with his form.
Now, where's your dad's kettlebells?
And we come full
Why are
circle.
your dad? Why are your dad's kettlebells all? Why are all of them pink?
I love it. So really we're just doing negative positive reinforcement. We're perpetuating that cycle, I think. Did we just agree on that? Is that what
Yeah,
we're doing?
we're starting the year off making sure everyone knows their chirps are in the bucket for the year.
That's awesome. Do you have any goals you want to do working out for 2026? Like what's your first milestone you want to get to here? Like obviously we've already done it. We're increasing the work or the intensity load, I guess.
Yeah, I think by the end of the year, I don't know. I don't really have any concrete goals there. I mean, I'd love to be able to overhead press the 100-pound kettlebell. I
One
think
arm?
that's a big one for me. Yeah, the one arm overhead
Oh,
press, or just
you're
get it
tanked.
overhead. Not even just like an overhead press, like even if it's a push press, or just getting able to snatch it overhead. Um, that would be a big one. Uh, just I've already, like I've said, I've already felt my yoga flow and sequencing cleaned up a lot. I've got some pretty good or improvement in my hip mobility. So just keep plugging around there. I just want to see improvement there in
Yeah.
the way I feel, the way I move. Um, Stay pain free. Increase range of motion through different planes of motion, and then obviously now the headlights are turned on. The aerobic capacity has been sorely lacking, so get back to a standard. Not
Not
not the
anymore, baby.
same. Maybe I'd love to get back to yeah. I'd love to get back to my old standard, but as if not there, then as close as I can. So I know that's kind of vague and not exactly
Oh.
specific. So the goal setting LinkedIn specialists are going to have a day with that, but that's kind of where I'm at. How
Is
about
there
you?
anything you? Well, for me, I want to build up. I was thinking of giving myself a couple months here, but I want to get up to also having like 100 pound or 106 because you have a 106 pounder, right?
Yeah, 104, 106, something like that.
Yeah, like a 50 kg or whatever. I wouldn't mind getting like building up to having one of those so they can, but actually using it and incorporating it in a workout as opposed to having it as like a novelty one off. Like I want to actually like what you do, where you actually use it, right? So I
Yeah.
think I gave myself a few months because I did just get the like a 62 pound and 80 pound, and just having those now has like made me push myself in my workouts to be like, okay, I got to build up. I have to use these, right? I've got to build up now in the complex. Like, okay, 50 is now my warm up, and then I'm gonna do a couple working sets at 60, and then the real finish and burners are at the 80 pound, right? And
Mm-hmm.
there's no reason I don't have to, but like internally I have to for my own self loathing to make myself to make the old self the weaker self, I guess, gone and bring it up with the stronger one, right? But really all it is working out is just trying to be better than you were yesterday, right? whether you want to make fun, make jokes about it, right? That's really what it is.
So, but nothing like super specific. Like you don't. I know you got a couple races coming up in the summer.
Yeah, I'm still on the fence about a lot of those, right? I do. I was thinking about it, like doing an ultra and then also doing a half Ironman, but I'm not too sure yet. Still sitting on the fence, but I might just take this year and and just run and do whatever I want for it, as opposed to, because when you're training for one like that, like there's a lot of time goes into that, right? Which is insane. A lot of family time that's missed. I've never actually trained for like an Ironman with with a child, right? And because you're gone
Yeah,
for hours biking and running by yourself.
it's a big lift.
Yeah, but we'll see. We'll see where the year goes here. Um, how about book wise? How many books do you want to read this year?
Ooh, good question. Um, Sorry, my stuff died, and now I'm looking for my chargers. Oh, there it
Oh
is.
no.
I'm reading a real big one right now, like a real
Yeah,
big book.
like a Lord of the Rings
It's taken
thickness.
me, yeah, it's like 400 and something pages. It's you know whose book it is? It's Mark Carney's book.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah, he wrote it. He wrote it before he became prime minister,
Yep.
and it's pretty good. I mean, a lot of it is a different way of thinking, and I think there's just some bias he has into his backgrounds. But it's
Hmm.
actually it's well written. It's just taken me a while because it is hard.
Yeah.
Um, the material's kind of tough. It's a slow one. It's like I can maybe chew out 10, somewhere between 10 and 20 pages a day, depending on how many like graphs he puts in and how many page breaks and stuff. But
It honestly
that's
sounds
been
like you're
good.
reading a textbook here, Andrew. It sounds like you're reading a
It,
textbook.
it is. It is. It's very heavily weighted towards like finance and economics.
Yeah.
Um, so this one's probably going to take me another. Well, I got like 200 pages to go, so maybe another month. And
Yeah.
then I think I just bought one that's another 400 pages. So I'm just trying to stay consistent with every morning 20 minutes, or like every day 20 minutes of reading, and then whatever that
Yeah.
gets me, that gets me. But yeah, this book has been really good. The next book I got is total. If Mark Carney is completely left bias, the next book I got is all the way on the right. It's called Stand Firm and Act Like Men.
Okay. You got quite
Yeah,
the
and I'm like,
dichotomy going
okay,
on your shelves.
just just see what's out there, right? Like, hey, let's go super green and then electrify everything, and this one's like, no, completely trad wives and hunting and fishing every day. And it's like, all right,
Country song.
show me the good stuff, right? So,
Oh, that's awesome.
how about you?
Uh,
What books you got on the go? I know
I don't know.
you're writing your.
So I am thinking 20. I'm gonna try for that. Give myself a numerical goal. I we'll see where that takes me.
How long do you read? How long do you read each day?
Um, I'll usually I like that whole 20-minute thing you're doing. One of the cool things is I
Mm-hmm.
can actually go on like the tread max and read at the same time. Um, while I'm burning, 300 calories, just have a nice book propped up in my hand as I'm going. So that like gives me an
Yeah.
extra like 40 minutes right there a day
Mm.
if I'm doing that right. But I do try and do that like specific like in a different room, like after our daughter's asleep and lunches are made and kitchen's clean and stuff. And there's nothing again as we're getting older, nothing better than a nice nighttime cup of tea and you're nestled in with your book and you give yourself a dedicated 20 minutes. That's my wife and I have been trying to do that now. So hopefully we can keep that rolling and see where that gets us.
I find I still have trouble getting sucked into the social media world instead of putting that down and picking up the book, because it's like I find it's hard to start. I've had to convince myself to just pick it up the same way I've had to convince myself just put your gym shoes on and start the workout.
Yeah.
You'll feel better once you start. And it's true. It's like once I start that 20-minute timer, because I'm like 3 minutes in, I'm like, I want to put an extra 10 minutes or 5 minutes because I'm like, I'm enjoying it so much. But
Yeah.
it's hard sometimes just to get started reading, which is like,
That was
okay,
and that was me this
maybe I am
morning.
a little distracted.
as I made a coffee after working out and I'm sweating and I'm sitting down and I start reading. I'm like, hey, I got 10 minutes before I do need to go shower or else I'm going to be way behind. And then at 10 minutes came, like, well, I could do like an extra 3 minutes just to finish this chapter. And then I'm running. Like, I got to get showered. I got to make coffee. I got
Yeah.
to get down there. I don't want to leave Andrew hanging.
But then that's like when that happens, that invariably happens, for me too. It's never the 13 minutes of reading or the extra 3 minutes of reading I regret. It's like the 10 minutes or 5 minutes I was on Instagram before.
Yeah, that's the one. But I think you know what, that would set that'll tee us up for a couple days from now. Our next recording session, we talk about social media and balancing that and doom scrolling.
Doom scrolling, and then we actually had a couple questions go out, or we had a couple
Ooh.
of questions come in last week from our followers, so we should touch on those.
All right, so a couple days from now, we're gonna do social media, balancing it with life, and uh, life talks with Dads Who Swing. Walk with us on this journey.
Yeah, so social media is real life. Everyone's telling the truth always, and then
100%, and
always
you
read
need
your
to try and
comments, and
be better than the other person on
especially
social
your
media for
negative
sure.
comments.
Yeah, those are the only ones
Yeah,
actually you
negative
should focus
comments.
on.
Yeah, they'll lead to self improvement.
Yeah, that's right.
And yeah,
I love it.
there's your
There's the
salt
cop
pick
right
off.
there.
But
Well, that's a good place to leave it off
don't
here,
call
buddy.
me Andy. Yeah, don't
And
call me Andy.
well, just don't call me late for dinner, but don't call me Joshy. And together we were
And then definitely you can call us
dads
dads
who
who
swing.
swing on by
Oh,
the
we're
dump
getting
after the
so much
holidays.
worse. So much worse.